Check, 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 check. Why, hello. Hello and welcome. Hi, everybody. Wow, we just hit it in time for Thursday. Hey, Carla, welcome to you. Thursday night travel talk with Spidey. It was a busy day. Lots of bit of work, a bit of hunting, lots of things on the go. Hanging out with my brother. And welcome, Suzanne. Hi, welcome to the show. Let's Thanks for being here. Yeah, I just sent out a share on Twitter, so maybe get a few other people in here. I sent out a couple of invitations as well, but I did want to just generally talk about some of the more interesting places in the world and some of the more interesting adventures. And I gotta say, right here, diving on the Great Barrier Reef is in the right up on top. Okay, that was a sea cucumber. I believe that's called a pineapple sea cucumber. And yeah, good to have you both in the chat. And if now I sent Wes Cagle a link and a couple of other people, so we'll see if anyone shows up. But also, I've got another. So that was a scuba diving on the Great Barrier Reef. I mean, that is definitely a huge highlight in the world. And this is brain coral at night. Night diving on the Great Barrier Reef it's a whole new world. From the daytime, the colors are different. Different creatures come out at night, and you can only see what your flashlight is shining on. Everything else around you, 360 degrees in all directions, is black, and so that's kind of fun. And oh, hi, Carla. Yeah, I did send you a link. I sent yourself and friend Wes Cagle a link. I think I sent Tony a link as well as our friend Snail. So we shall see. But yeah, it should be on X there for you. Now, and here's well, I'll wrap up the Great Barrier Reef as one of the definite highlights of the world. With this is yeah, here we go. Yeah, there was a banded shrimp in hiding there. That was yeah, banded shrimp inside that bit of coral. So now the second, gotta say, diving in Mexico has been fantastic. Another fun thing a great adventure that I did off the Pacific coast of Mexico was deep sea fishing. And speaking of deep sea fishing, look at what I caught, folks. Hey, Tony.
Hold on. Hey, buddy. Trying to figure this all out. I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. I was just about to show a deep sea fishing little clip, 15-second clip. Have you gone deep sea fishing?
No.
But
Nah, I haven't.
if it was paid for and someone said, "Hey, Tony, we got a spot. Why don't you come and join us?" off the coast of Mexico on the Pacific coast, would you go?
When?
Aha! That's a correct answer.
I mean, it would be a matter of finances, but
No, like I said, if it was paid for, if money wasn't an object and it was a seat was there for you, would it be of interest to you? Is the
oh
question.
yeah, I'd hop the next flight over.
Yeah. Well, I've got to. Have you sorted out the phone? And thank you for joining us on your phone.
Yeah, I'm on a phone, so my audio is probably not ideal. I
No,
apologize.
nope. You sound just fine, Tony. What the quality of audio technical is made up for the words that come out of your mouth.
Yeah, I got down here to Nashville, and
Ooh, you did.
yeah, I'm here
Hello.
hanging. Hey, Carla.
Hello.
Good to see you. Yeah,
Nice to be here.
yeah, fantastic. Tony's joining us from Nashville. You say?
Yeah, I'm down here with Gary Ambrosia and Nick from Echo Base. We're planting a
Fantastic.
flag for Xanadu tomorrow at the ICCC con.
Cool.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah,
That
What
is
time is
fantastic.
it there?
it is 2:07, which is 3:07 on my normal time. I'm actually
Oh, so
in the
you're.
central time zone. Yeah, I'm time traveled a little bit. But
I know. Tony agrees.
Hi, Suzanne.
Yeah, you sound perfect, Tony. She says.
very good.
Hey, Suzanne. I'm a little bit of a dark here. I can turn on the
I hope
light.
you all don't mind, but I got both of you in bed with me. I hope you all don't mind.
No, I was going to say you sound really relaxed, Tony.
Oh yeah.
Exactly what it was. So,
Mhm.
Carla, Burton, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I wasn't going to stream because it was pretty late, and I do want to get up early and go hunting tomorrow and do that. So I won't be very long tonight, but because a couple of
Where
people
are
in
you?
chat said I'm in my house.
Oh,
Wood,
okay. You're just in a
wood.
different angle.
I used to. There's the wood stove right there. I used to stream with this man
Yes,
uh,
yes.
from right here all the time.
All
Back in
right.
the day.
This is your yeah. You're in your kitchen. No, your
Yeah,
living
well,
room.
I'm
Yeah,
just beside it. Yeah,
yeah.
It's so dark. It's so dark you can't tell.
It's nice and dim
I guess.
here too. Everything's so ritzy here. This is like This is my first 4-star hotel, and my God, man, I'm just like, look at all the fancy doohickeys and shit.
Oh,
You know,
I hate fancy. I hate
yeah,
fancy
it's
so
it's
much.
it's a
I can't
it's
handle
a
it.
bit unnecessary, but you know.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you've been?
I hate it. Sorry.
Well, I've been to just average hotels, like 3-star hotels.
Sorry, I meant.
This is
Have you been there before? Have you been down there
in
before?
Nashville.
Yeah,
Last time I
Nashville.
was in Nashville, it was with my ex, and that was 5 year ago.
Okay, so my parents love it there. Um, they
Lemon pie.
music, all kinds
Hi,
of music.
molecular.
Oh
Hi,
yeah,
Steve.
I just posted a picture of some guitars.
Oh, Steve, hi, and
Uh,
molecular
hey
arts,
there, Anchor Steve. Good to see you. Molecular Arts,
lemon pie.
lemon pie, or as some call them, scurvy.
Yes. Steve, if you
What?
want a link, I can send you one. I know you're probably pretty tired. It is late there, but if you want a link, I can send you one. And Carla, I was just asking Tony if, because I've just got a quick video. I just showed a video of scuba diving at night on the Great Barrier Reef was one of the great adventures of
Mm-hmm.
my travels. Also, deep sea fishing in Nicaragua, Little Corn Island, but also off the Pacific coast of Mexico. Uh,
Okay.
I was just going to show a video of that. Is deep sea fishing something you'd be interested in if it was all paid for and on someone else's dime? Would you be interested in going?
If I don't have to go under the water, because I have really bad ears, like
You're-
I get
uh,
horrific earache.
No,
So
you're
I
not
can't-
supposed to leave the boat. Yeah, they frown on that.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I do that.
They got yellowtail out in the Pacific. But
Nice, Steve.
see,
Very nice.
hey, hotel brothers. We're in a hotel.
That's awesome.
I
That
think
man,
he's still in Texas then. If
I think so.
yeah.
Oh, Molecular Arts, Hobart, Tasmania. That's another great adventure. And I think I told you this before. I because Hobart has the Cadbury chocolate factory with huge
Ah.
pipelines of chocolate going through it. And I
Uh-huh.
to get on the first, because I had to have the rental car back, the hired car back, to get on the first tour to ensure I slept in the parking lot in
No
the boot. In the boot, because it was in the employee parking lot, and I didn't want to
way.
get caught out, so I crammed myself in the boot and put the seats, and I slept in the hatchback of the rental car. And I got on the very first tour at 8 in the morning with a bunch of school kids and me, and it was a blast. But yeah, that was Hobart. I loved Hobart,
Yeah.
and they've got caves. Molecular Arts. They've got a big cave system, not
Oh
far.
wow.
I want to say to the west of Hobart, and I've been through those caves, and they were amazing. And
Oh
yeah,
cool.
hey, Phantom Outsider, hello and welcome.
Hello. We
Good to see you, Phantom.
yeah, we like chocolate factories.
I love chocolate, Carla. I chose the chocolate factory over the Cascade Brewery tour. Believe it or
Wow.
not, I know, right?
Wow. I
I,
don't
I,
believe it.
no, it's true. I love chocolate as much as beer. I do.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I, I, if I had to
So
choose
get
either,
this man a chocolate beer.
I do enjoy chocolate beer. And hey to Dave C. Hello and welcome to you.
Hello.
Texas is amazing. I hear it's America Junior. Got to go check it out one
Yep,
of these days, real soon.
yep. That's what. Yeah, Steve did a short little video showing how
Hmm.
cool Texas was. That's awesome. I'm glad you're liking it, Steve. And Dave C. Have we seen you before? I think we know Dave C. Don't we, Tony?
Yeah, yeah. Dave sees cool people.
Yeah, I thought so. Well,
See
yeah,
him.
we're just
See him over at Snow sometimes. Midnight's Edge chat, culture chat.
yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, it's good to have you here, Dave C. And Carla, are you much of a fisher person? Fisherman?
I'm
Fisherwoman?
not because fish don't like me. Like I've gone fishing a couple of times and I just never catch anything. Like the funnest time, if that's a word, I've had was my friend's dad was like a commercial fisherman, as commercial as you get in
Okay,
the
that's awesome.
Hauraki Gulf. But like that means we were on a little, not jet boat, but like a dinghy with a
Right.
motor on it.
Not an ocean trawler.
And
Right.
we just dropped dropped nets or lines.
Yeah.
We dropped
Yeah.
something nets. I think we went along like that. We dropped them and then we came back and we picked up all the fish. And they were, these are how evil they are. They were making me. They said you need to breathe into the fish's mouth when you put it into the water because it needs.
How
They
many
gave
did
it
you do?
CPR, huh?
I don't
did-
believe them, and they're like, "No, you have to do it," and then they would do it. So I'm like, "Okay, then you have to." So
I-
they had me.
Makes sense.
Every time there was a small fish that didn't fit into the size you're meant to get, I had to blow into its mouth.
You're traumatizing fish. You're traumatizing
That's
fish.
traumatizing me. And that was my fun. That was
Yeah.
Local fish checks. Local
Awesome,
fish
Dave
checks
C.
into asylum.
That was my friend who I used to stay. I
That's
used to
funny.
stay over his place and stuff like that. That was my friend who was making him and his stepdad were making fun of me.
That's funny. Oh, and Lemon Pie's in Texas too, and he wants to know where Steve is traveling. That is awesome. Yeah, Steve, go stay at Lemon Pie's house. I think he offered before, so take him up on it, and then do a live stream with you two together,
You
like
might get
Rod
a
and I
lemon pie. You might get a lemon pie there too.
did. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
All right, yeah, Dave
love
C. No obligation. I just want to see how many moderators YouTube will let me make. I
Over
think
a
I'm up to like
million.
probably 50 some now. But yeah, I'll quickly just show you the fishing video, and this is off the Pacific coast.
I've seen one of the.
Do they have yellowtail off the Pacific?
Yes, they do. And I'm sorry, Carla, but yeah, they do absolutely. Sorry, Carla, what was that?
I don't know. I think
You've
I've
seen
you Mexico. You
Yeah.
you diving in Mexico.
Yes, this is
You got a
fishing from
video.
from the boat. Yeah, I put up quite
No,
a few
no,
diving
this is
videos.
no, you were under caves with your brother.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah. No, those are fun. That's another great adventure we'll talk about.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, there's a. Is this where? Right? It is a big one.
You want a photo? Photo time.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Big old some bitch. That's some good eating.
Yeah.
I was just about, if he hadn't have been right by the side of the boat, I was just about, if he hadn't have given up, I was just about to hand off to my buddy because I was done. That was
Done.
8 minutes. 8 minutes of just
Fighting. Yeah.
oh
Gotta wear
man,
'em
my
down.
arms, my arms couldn't take it. It was and that was a Jack Trevally. So it's, as I think you can see, it's a diamond type, diamond shaped fish, and it's quite tall in the water. It's quite it's not very thick, but it's quite tall in the water, and that really, when you've got that much
that's
Whacking.
surface
Yeah.
area pushing against the water, you've got a lot of force, and I'm telling you, that was fun. We went out, a couple of buddies and I, and their sons and I think there was 5 of us and the captain, and Captain Reuben took us out, and we had a guide who spoke English, who's actually Canadian, who lives down there half the time, and we had a blast. And I think it was 6 hours, and I gotta say it was and I gotta say it was less than $200 Canadian, so that'd be less than 160 American. And his sister owned the restaurant right on the one of the restaurants right on the water in the harbor. So we came back with our catch and offloaded it, and there was a table right on the dock, and her restaurant was right there. And she set up a table, and the captain did the fish right on that gutting table, and we went on the other side of the deck and on an elevated deck. Right on the water, and she prepared that fish. First, she did the sushi, and just cut up the fish with. We had caught a tuna. No, sorry,
a tuna.
No, it wasn't. It was a mahi, an El Dorado, and she did that with sashimi, the raw fish, and brought it straight out, and she cooked up the whole fish in like 6 different courses, and that was a really good adventure. That was awesome. Raw fish, absolutely. Sashimi. I think I could eat like a ton. How about yourself, Tony?
Sashimi and rice. Be real delicious stuff there.
Yeah. Sorry, Carly.
You're making me hungry, and I had like steak earlier. I had steak earlier today. I had myself like an 8-ounce sirloin, and I'm still so full from it.
And I haven't bought steak in a little while. It's been pretty got to do more work. Starting to do a little more work. So picking up some side jobs, so that's good.
Well, that's good.
Allegedly, no, they're certainly not working for anything that would be taxable, of course. Not that kind of work. I mean,
Brett Collins in Tasmania, isn't he?
He is, I believe so. Yeah. As well as molecular arts. So that's cool. Two Tasmanians. Awesome.
I'll tell you what. I've got my husband I made him buy me 4 packets of caramel koalas today.
Ooh.
Like the big ones are $1. I'm like, nah, just buy 4 packets. I love Halloween.
I love Halloween too.
I love caramel. Nice.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, caramel koalas are the best.
I don't think I've had them.
When I meet you in Australia, I'll bring you some.
You're on.
A big one and a small one.
No, I like candy caramel apples. That's what I like.
I know, right?
Yep. More caramel and less apple, but yes, the thick
they have to be
caramel.
Apples, not the
and the peanuts. Gotta have the peanuts.
I can bring you some candied salmon done by a native shop here, Carla. I'll trade you.
I don't think. Can you?
Candied salmon. Oh yeah, no. As long as it's like a jerky candied, like because it's dried. As long as it's freeze dried, yes, you can. It's got to be dried. It's got to be dried, like a jerky. Tony, do you mind reading this from our friend Phantom Outsider?
I don't have my glasses on, but sure. Let me just lean in here and
You can make
squint.
shit up
Just
too.
like, just like,
Absolutely. Feel
And
free to.
Phantom Outsider in the chat says, I am not a fishing person. Probably because my grandfather was, except as a child in the Philippines, he'd go in the ocean every day with a stick and a knife and a net. Breakfast, etc., wasn't going to catch itself. So he fished like the old. He fished like the
like
ancestors. He didn't
Castaway,
have.
like Castaway.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that is fantastic. That's awesome. And I've not been to the Philippines, but it's on the list. It's not too far from you, Carla, is it? Really? It must be relatively
No,
cheap.
it's closer to Australia.
But I mean, you're
It's
in the
just north of
area.
Australia. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they're just north of Australia, like you're Indonesia than the Philippines.
yeah. So it's cheaper for you to fly there than to
Veritable
London or
archipelago.
Paris.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. No. Yeah, maybe. But not the
Well,
same,
not
really.
an
For me.
archipelago per se. It's still very much an island chain
I guess that's true.
ish. I don't know.
Carla, do you mind reading this
Canadian
from Suzanne?
Spider-Man. Damn you! Had to mention chocolate, eh? I'm bad for chocolate bars. I'm bad for chocolate bars. 4 a day. So having one now, thanks to you. Ha ha.
Haha.
I can identify with that.
I had a honeycomb magnum today. That was good.
The most chocolate honeycomb Magnum. Oh, the Magnum ice cream bars. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it's crunchy. You know, honeycomb like crunchy. You know what a crunchy is? It's like
A crunchy
Hokey
chocolate bar.
Pokey. You know,
Is it like?
yeah. You know,
Is
the
it
crunchy
like
chocolate bar.
just like a crunch bar?
I don't know. It's
Got
yellow.
like the Rice
Yellow.
Krispies in it
No,
and chocolate.
no. It's
Oh, nougat,
honeycomb.
caramel nougat, like a honeycomb, like a break
If
apart, like
it's
a
caramel
toffee.
nougat, that's a Snickers
No, crunch. How would I
or
describe?
Milky
You
Way.
have to look.
Snickers with peanuts.
I'm gonna
I
send
know
you
what
a photo of a crunchy. I'll send you a photo of a crunchy on the StreamYard chat.
Tony. I
we're
think our crunchy bars are different than America's, Tony, because
we're
ours are
sorry.
like it's almost like a crunchy. It's caramel, but it's
Dixie?
not.
Oh
It's almost
Yeah.
like a meringue. You know the meringue cookies,
Yeah, I
like
could
a
just
hard,
be
like a
I could
hard
just
meringue.
be uncultured and not seek out anything besides stuff made by the Mars Corporation. But
That is probably wise, as a matter of fact. Would you mind reading this, Tony, from Phantom Outsider, if you can see it?
the Phantom Outsider, with chapter 2 of his novel, says. One of my uncles also loved to fish, but also from but only from shore, as he was a cook on a merchant ship during World War II and lived the Jaws experience. They fell asleep overnight in the water, and he went to wake the guy next. That don't sound like Jaws. That sounds like that is Jaws. Oh, to him, that is a book. Holy crap! And the guy turned over, no legs, Lieutenant Dan. That's how close he
Damn.
came to being shark food. And they were still in that water for almost 2 days. Damn.
Was it the guy who wasn't alive that when he said they were still in the water, him and the guy?
Is he alive now and just amputated at the legs?
We figured you were not Brett, Molecular Arts. We figured you were not Brett.
But
Oh,
you are, however, Doug Benson.
I sent you a photo. I sent you a photo on the X.
Ooh.
Of what a crunchy looks like on the inside. And now, for the life of me, I can't remember what I was talking about a crunchy.
Yeah, that's a crunchy bar. Absolutely, that's a Cadbury crunchy bar. You're darn right it is.
Oh, see, those are, the Crunch bars, that's just got the little Rice Krispies things in it to give it the crunch.
Well, you tell me, Tony. You tell me.
You don't expect me to navigate away from this tab on a telephone in the middle of the night, do you?
Of course not.
So you're going to share that footage, and then I'm going to squint without my bifocals, and I'm going to look.
I am. It's well. I can. Oh, here we go. There. Bingo. Oh, it even has audio. Not there's no audio, but
Okay, yeah, all right.
That's
That's a
crunchy.
crunchy nougat. Yeah, that's
It's just got basically. Well, you don't have golden syrup either because you use. I think it's
it's
basically
it's a
baking soda.
crunchy three. It's like Three Musketeers, but crunchy instead of
is
soft
it just
nougat. Yeah,
it's crystallized sugar, isn't it?
yeah.
It's like it bubbles up and then it gets hard really
Yeah.
fast.
It's
Yeah.
I love these. I could eat them till
Oh,
yeah
me too.
they came out my ears.
It's Halloween. You're
Mhm.
supposed to.
Yeah,
There we
but
go.
they don't have anything in America. So if anyone wants a good idea for selling stuff, crunchies are
They,
awesome.
they don't. No, they must have those in America, don't they, Tony?
It says they don't.
I haven't seen those before.
Oh.
Ooh, I'm all right. I'll send you one. You'll get one for Christmas, Tony.
Hey, any Christmas gift is a good Christmas gift.
Mhm.
Brett Cohen is a fella that's well he's in the
He's an Aussie.
community. He's from Tasmania. Yeah, absolutely.
He's
Uh,
often in these chats.
Yep,
He's
he's
often in the
sometimes in
table.
my stream, sometimes in Doomcock's. He used to be in Cardinal Sins, Tony's,
Oh, okay.
Anti-Dirt of
Brett Cohen
Jill's.
hangs out every now and then at my
Yeah,
place.
yeah. That is nightmare
That is
fuel right
nightmares
there.
right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
with the shark story, he means. Yeah, not the
I'd
chocolate
say
bar.
so,
No, I
man.
was gonna say,
Getting
wow.
bit in half is no bueno.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. No, I've known molecular arts for about the same amount of time as Brett Cohen. Not the same person. Yeah, wow. So, Carlo, do you mind reading Phantom Outsider's next message?
We only found out as for his birthday we got him a trip on a fishing boat and he totally refused to board.
That's because his instincts were going off.
When he explained the company gave a refund even though they had a no refund policy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Poor
You
fella.
know, if you're gonna go out and come back without a pair of legs, least you can do is ask for a
That's right.
refund.
Hello, Miskatonic Madman. Welcome, and good to see you. We're just talking about travel stories,
Ah,
molecular arts. All
have
right, have
fun.
fun. Yeah, see, we made
Enjoy
we
your dinner.
made molecular arts hungry, and now he's got to go eat.
I
Don't blame you.
Oh, I can't eat anything right now. I ate like a duke today.
know. Good
Nice.
job.
How's the food in Nashville? I heard it's really good.
Pretty good steak so far. But
Lemon
I've
pie,
only been to one
yes.
steakhouse, so
And my
Was it?
parents were. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Carla.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, wasn't Tennessee affected by the hurricane? That's all. That's all. You can't keep going. I'm never
I,
your
I don't.
brother.
I don't know if it was it affected by the hurricane, Tony.
no, that
Right.
hurricane. By the time the hurricane gets up to this part of the continent, if
There's
especially
not
if it's
much water.
a Gulf hurricane, it's just a lot of like rain and wind, but it's not like ridiculously high powered winds and like
Okay.
Okay. Good.
it cools everything off and it's just a steady stream of water. That's all it is.
That's
It's
not so
I mean,
bad.
occasionally you'll get like 45 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts, but
Whoa, mile an
it's
hour.
nothing. Versus what a hurricane's is, which is closer to the triple digit wind gusts at
Wow.
all
So
times. Not gusts. It's just that's the wind speed around you.
yeah,
Nonstop.
that's a steady. That's
Yeah.
insane. Um. Yeah. Wow. That's hard to believe. Well, I'm glad. I've heard the food was really good, but my parents insisted that my image of Nashville being strictly country music was far from reality. Apparently that is
No,
not the case.
it's a musical hub. A lot of musics
Yeah.
go through Nashville.
Okay, that's what my parents were trying to tell me. Yeah. That okay, thank you. That's what it's called, Suzanne. Sponge toffee. Yes. Suzanne, I don't know if you were joking or genuinely confused, but I hadn't offered my place for anyone to stay. Oh, don't
No,
you know
you wouldn't want
that's how the
Steve to
internet
come in
works,
there,
Lemon
like,
Pie.
fix your shingles and your piping and all that for free.
That's yeah. Actually, I am. Oh man, I've got work to do. That kind of thing tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I got all kinds of stuff to do. And do you mind reading this from our friend Phantom, Tony?
You got to remember, in the early 20th century, the Philippines was a protectorate of the United States after they tossed Spain off the islands.
All
Very
right.
true. Got the get the Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. And Suzanne says, "Yuppers, that's what I'm eating. It's a crunchy sponge toffee covered in chocolate. Wow, nice. The
100K
100K bar.
bars, Crispies, and oh my lord.
What is the 100K bar? That must be an American thing.
It sounds to me like a payday, but better.
Yeah,
100 grand.
yeah. Is Park Avenue a bar? Is that a chocolate bar?
Park Avenue.
Maybe not.
I don't have my soundboard with me. I feel naked. Um,
Well,
or else
hey,
I'd be
you're in a
going,
hotel room in bed at this hour.
or else I'm going, the
No, that guy
Jeopardy
was
time.
not alive. No, I didn't think so. And Tony does sound very relaxed because he's in a hotel room late at night with a
Yeah, I
full
woke up
belly.
from a nap and Gary and Nick had just left. I said I'm going to take a nap because I'm kind of jet lagged and a little off kilt, and plus eating that steak made me want to just sleep for a few hours. And
I can imagine Phantom
now
outside.
I'm most likely going to be up throughout the rest of the day. I'll probably have another micro nap or two before sunrise, and at least Gary gets up relatively early. Nick's a late sleeper like I am. He don't get up till like
Oh
2 in
man,
the afternoon.
would you please, Tony? And I know you may not remember because it is pretty late, but if you could please convey what a big fan of Nick and Coach I am, like because they are genuine.
Sweet.
Those
Yeah,
are
Coach is actually here this
genuine.
time. They had a
Yes.
podcast here, and I didn't get a notification for it, or else I would have totally been listening in on the drive down.
Man, if you get a chance to have words with them, let them know. Like, I love those guys because they're authentic. They're the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And they're
Nick's
really
lost a lot of
friends.
weight too. I thought I
Good.
lost weight, and then I looked at Nick. It's like, man, you lost weight too.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Suzanne says, yeah, we have a crunch as well that's Rice Krispie in chocolate.
Yes, that's what that is.
Okay, because I think up here, Phantom Outsider says, yeah, okay, that's way different than US Crunch bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. And Suzanne is actually eating a Crunch bar. How coincidental is that? So that's funny.
The epiphanies one has at 2:30 in the morning.
So one of the other great adventures I've had on this planet, Tony, was staying in a jungle lodge in a hut on the Amazon River and
Ooh.
swimming in the Amazon River. So I'm going to show you.
oh, what?
Yeah.
Why?
I got to swim in the
Why
Amazon
not?
River because I was with 3 or 4 other backpackers.
I've been on a jungle cruise, and I know that there's hippopotamuses.
There are.
And
The guide was in. He seemed to think it was fine. We were fine. And swimming in the Amazon was a highlight of backpacking around the world, and I got to be in the water not far from pink dolphins. I didn't swim with them, but they were in the same river bend, and the pink dolphins were right over there. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So I'll show you an animal, and the question to you and anyone in the chat, what animal are you seeing?
That's a tarpan.
A tarpan. It does. It starts with a T. I don't know. Maybe I'm not pronouncing it correctly. I was going to say that is a river tapir.
Oh, right. Yeah.
A river tapir. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
right on the Amazon in the.
That is very cool.
That was
You
in
gobbling up a
Ecuador.
critter.
That
Lemon
was
pie
in
got it.
that was in northeastern Ecuador. Because I know the Amazon, I believe, also goes through Peru, does it not? And then Ecuador as well, and then out somewhere
Straight
else.
And then,
on.
through 90% of Brazil.
Yeah, but that was Ecuador, and that was amazing. Staying, I think, for 4 nights in an Amazon. It took 2 hours in a motorized one of those dugout long canoes to get up river, and it was a relatively small artery, and there was all kinds of like we went out on a night walk around the camps, and there was tarantulas, then
Mm.
Bossing Jumanji. That's not very safe.
no, that was
As
fun.
as a former owner of one of those like big blue spiders, man,
Yeah,
I miss my baby. Her name was Susan, and she was my baby.
we,
Oh,
and,
what happened to
and
her?
and it wasn't poisonous.
My sister, spiders like to get into comfortable spots, like warm spots, and the aquarium that I had set up for the spider. She was
Terrarium?
strong enough. She was strong enough to actually like pry the lid off, even with a couple of
Oh
textbooks
wow,
sitting on it. And
wow.
but she was defanged, and she was a snuggle spider, is what I like to call her. She was a snuggle bug. She'd crawl up in the bed, find a spot in the blankets, and just chill. And my sister was staying at the house, and she said, "Are you sure that spider's not going to get out?" And I said, "Yeah, it'll be fine."
Oh wow.
And
And,
those
and
it's those neon blue bird eating guys. It was a $700
yeah,
spider.
that's a big spider, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, and they
so,
have
but she
a
used to
long
sit on my
lifespan.
head. She'd be my hat. She'd sit on my head. She'd crawl up my back and sit on my head whenever I was playing on my PlayStation or watching TV.
Wow.
And she would just drape her legs down in front of my eyes, and I'd be like, "That's rude." And she'd just like do the whole scuttle on my forehead, like the little like just like she had such a personality for an arachnid. I'm not kidding. Like
Yeah. Hey, absolutely. Lemon pie got it. A tapir. Yeah, it was a Amazonian river tapir.
tarpan, tapir, potato,
Rare
potato. I
sighting.
know
Rare
Yeah.
sighting. And we did go fishing for piranha, and the guide did catch one. I just ended up feeding piranha because I wasn't quick enough. Stay the heck away from me, exactly with the spider. Yeah.
No, my spiders, like, even whenever it would do, like, when it would molt, and it would do, like, as how tarantulas molt is they move their legs back and forth like they're doing a dance, see, like cha-cha-cha. So
Oh
I'd be
wow.
like, oh, she's doing the cha-cha-cha before she pushes the old skin off of her.
Thanks. I'm
Yeah,
glad you like it.
but she was defanged. So if she bit you, it was like somebody just giving you like a nailless pinch, you know?
I
She couldn't
guess.
bite you. We fed her turtle meat and raw hamburger because
Okay.
she was defanged. And I mean, for as far as the spider was concerned, it was a very beautiful spider. We had a black light. She would glow under it because that neon blue hair of hers would like be brighter under a black light.
Okay.
Like,
Wow. Oh, of
It was
course.
wild, dude. The rings on her legs, white rings,
Yeah.
and
That's
but my
amazing.
sister, Spider, got up in the bed. My sister woke up and she screamed, and I heard basically what was the sound of akin of an egg cracking over a skillet, and I knew my spider was dead.
Oh.
And I was like, "Son, that's a $700 spider," and it's like she likes to just get close and hang out.
Uh,
This was years ago, mind you.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I told her, I says, just for that, I'm getting you a scorpion for your birthday. And she's like, you better not. I says, you're going to get an emperor black scorpion. You keep on.
Yeah. This is a
What-
mini a mini crunchy.
A mini crunchy? Oh, okay.
Mini
Yeah,
crunchy.
and
Honey,
this
I
is-
shrunk the
see,
crunchy.
I'm just gonna show you. This is how hard they are. Like that. See, you can't squeeze them at all like that.
Oh, how does everyone? You and Suzanne have crunchy. Everyone has a crunchy, but we do. What us, Tony? Now I want chocolate. Damn it! And there's nothing in the house.
I'm not about ready to go downstairs at 3 o'clock in the morning and be like, I'd like one of those complimentary of Cadbury chocolates that usually apply yourselves at the bedroom.
I don't think that most hotels do that anymore. That is so nice, Carla. That is nice. That is fantastic. Yeah. Oh, okay. Tony, do you mind reading this from Suzanne?
Spiders don't get to live, not even removed and put outside net. Oh.
Hey, well,
Suzanne, you and I have a fundamental difference.
yes. What's the worst?
I usually keep my wolf spiders around. They keep gnats, wandering roaches that come in from the outside, and other critters at bay. And if it wasn't for spiders, you would be knee deep to insects from one corner of the earth to the other.
Yeah, no kidding.
Spiders, Suzanne, are your friends.
And how are you going to develop Spidey powers if you don't let them bite you? They have to bite you to get the spider powers, Suzanne.
Spiders
That's how that works. You know that's how that works.
Spiders don't go out of their way to bite you. That's the thing. Is
I've been bit a couple times this year. Now that you mention that, Tony.
They
bed.
don't go out of their way to bite you. They only if they're threatened and cornered.
They always bite my eye.
I think
and then I've got a swollen eye.
I think I kicked him under the sheets or something, but I don't know what he was doing in my bed to begin with. I sleep alone on
How big was your bug? How big was your spider?
I don't know, big enough to. I found the marks in the morning, and it was swollen for 3 days.
That's just like that's your typical wolf spider bite.
That's a crunchy
spider.
lemon pie. That's the name of the brand name is Crunchy.
Yeah.
With the
You could probably find them at an English shop if you had an English shop around the place, or an international. Nice. What about Whisper? What is Whisper? What's that? I don't have a lot of Whisper bar.
That was the name, Phantom Outsider.
Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue. I got confused with Park Avenue. Thank you.
It's like Park Avenue.
I'm gonna be an Avatar too.
That's why I was like, dirt, dirt, dirt.
Ooh, pouting hurricane winds. Last one, major one, was a superstorm. Sandy lost power for a week.
Oh.
Every other tree was down. I'm not surprised. And Tony, I think this question is for you from our
Tennessee barbecue. I plan to while I'm here. I had it before, but I will again.
Nice. And Lemon says, I think I can get one in the special foods aisle at International Food Market, but not mainland candy here in the USA.
Yeah.
It's delicious. I love that.
That's what I know what to bring in my bag. When I come, but one day I'll visit Tyron bed and I'll bring him a case full of Tim Tams.
I loved it. We can get Tim Tams here at the local corner store next door to me. That's awesome.
But can't he get them in Texas though?
Probably not.
I mean, Tyron Lethbridge, sorry.
Probably not. Tim Tams, yeah. Oh, nice. He gets you 4 crunchy bars. Nice.
Wow.
He's trying to, I don't know. He's trying to either show you that he loves you or give you diabetes so he can take over the house. One of the two.
Could be one, could be the other.
That's right.
Oh, were you going to show us another video, Spidey, or are you going to go to bed?
No, I've got I do have one. I am going to bed soon, but I will show you one of the other most amazing things that I've.
You weren't in a part of the Amazon where you would have piss in the water. Question. You wasn't at the part of the Amazon where you would piss in the water and those little fuckers could crawl up your pee hole, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't about to find out anyway, Tony. So I didn't take that chance.
Yeah, imagine a microbe. Imagine a microbe capable of swimming up a urine stream to
Yeah,
infect
no thanks.
somebody while they're pissing. Nature can be scary,
No
folks.
thanks. Yeah, that's no. I didn't encounter those. I didn't encounter piranhas while swimming. This is one of the other crazy adventures. I lived here on and off for almost 20 years, and this is Whistler Ski Resort in British Columbia.
Wow.
And I'm standing on, this is the top of Blackcomb Mountain, and they're not as sharp.
How high is it?
It is 9,000 feet, or just around 2,000 meters.
Wow. Can you breathe very easily up there? Because
That's gorgeous.
Yes, but you feel the effects of a couple of beers a lot more, Carla.
Okay.
And you get tired, like hiking, because I had to hike. This is a hiking point. This is spring skiing, and in t-shirt weather, and you had to hike up here, and at that altitude you can feel it, because the village is at 627 meters
Above sea level?
feet. 627 feet above sea level. Yeah, feet.
That's not very high.
It's not very high. So that's what makes Whistler such a great ski resort, because its mountains are up at 9,000 feet and the village sits at friggin' 627 or whatever it is.
The air quality is slightly thinner regardless.
It is.
But obviously thinner at the top.
You're closer to the sun. Some of the I've seen worse sunburns on the top of mountains on Whistler Mountain than on any beach in Australia.
I heard that it's because the sun reflects off the snow.
That too. Correct.
So you're almost getting a double dose of it.
You
it's
have
like you're in a tanning bed
protecting you, and you're getting the reflector action. Yeah, the worst sunburns I've seen is not on the beaches in Australia or Thailand. It's Whistler Ski Resort right here.
Yeah, it's like you're on a tanning bed. You're in a tanning bed.
No, but
that's exactly.
I think it fools you because, like, at the beach, you're hot, so you sort of take measures to not be hot, right? So you might shelter, you might go in, stuff like that. But up on a mountain, you've got the sun beating down on you, but you're cold, so you don't notice it so bad. So I think it may be. I don't know if it's because you're closer to the sun. It could well be, but I think it's more that your body is fooled into not worrying about it.
That also is true, 100%. And there is also less ozone between you and the. But yeah,
that's
you're absolutely.
Photo. That's a good photo.
Thank you. I loved it, and it was actually an Australian friend of mine from Sydney. Shout out to Chloe who took that, and that's in a place called Seventh Heaven on Blackcomb Mountain.
Oh wow! What a great name!
Seventh Heaven.
Yeah, Seventh Heaven. Oh man, spring skiing because that whole bowl, Seventh Heaven bowl, is filled with sun that whole all day long, and it's just a brilliant place to go spring skiing, as long as there's not a million other idiots there with you. And I also have, this is another of from Whistler. This is in the summer, a couple of months after that. And there is some
green season.
Yeah, this is the view of from Black Tusk. This is Cheakamus Lake from the top of Black Tusk, which is a dominant black volcanic, sharp, tusky-looking mountain feature that you can see almost anywhere in Whistler. And if you look up, you'll see Black Tusk.
That seems like a lot like Lake Tahoe.
I bet that water is nice and clean to drink.
You're right, it is.
Cold.
Because it's nestled within a volcanic fissure.
Yeah.
So it is quite sterile.
And,
nice
and
clean water.
It was cold. You're right, Carla. Yeah, but it was quite hot. Even at that altitude.
Are you saying that's a photo or a painting?
No, that is a photo, and I couldn't scan it, so I took my digital camera and I took a digital picture of a photo. That's the best I could do, folks.
I got you.
I've got all these photos.
What season? What time of the year is that?
That would have been July, so like early June, maybe. Let's say early June, so summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's basically halfway through Canadian summer.
Yeah, exactly.
So usually
Especially
that's
at that
covered in
altitude.
snow. That what we're looking at
Correct.
now, it would be covered in snow in winter.
Oh yes, yeah, and it's
Okay.
and you can hike in all along. See, this is the hike from up above, but you can also follow the highway south of Whistler and walk into that lake from down
Wow, no,
below,
thank you.
and it's fantastic, and you can do that
Yeah, it would
and
be.
go winter camping there as well, which is fun.
Okay, Spidey, is it hot up there at that time of the year?
20, 21 degrees Celsius, so that's like t-shirt
heat?
and pants,
Yeah,
t-shirt and
that's
jeans,
yeah.
shorts
What's
if
the
you're
hottest? What's the hottest? Is that the hottest it gets up there?
at that altitude at 9,000 feet. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
2021, which would be I think 70s Fahrenheit. But then
Yeah.
if you're talking
Yeah.
if you're talking down in the village in Whistler
Mhm.
Village, I've seen it 30 degrees, which
What?
is 90. Yeah.
Dang.
And in Pemberton, which is just 30 minutes north of Whistler Village, which is a farming community, and it's a plateau that was carved out by glaciers, and it's fertile, and they grow potatoes and make vodka there. Shout out to Pemberton. A lot of friends who couldn't afford Whistler anymore moved to Pemberton and live there because it's only a half hour away. What was my point about Pemberton? Oh yeah, there was a 2015. There was Pemberton Music Festival, which was fun and fantastic, and I saw School's Out Forever. Who sings that? Black
Pink
Sabbath.
Floyd? No.
Alice Cooper.
I don't know.
Alice Cooper.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
Saw Alice Cooper live
I
there.
don't know.
It hit
Okay.
45 degrees Celsius, which is 102 or something.
No!
Yeah.
That can't be.
Yes,
That's way too hot.
and that was 2015. So yeah, it's. But apparently, Canada's on fire and we're burning and global warming, etc.
Yeah, you're so climate change that all your fires happen at once.
That's crazy how that happens, and
That's climate change for you.
I don't know if you heard. You probably don't watch Canadian Parliament, but it was hilarious. Well, not hilarious, but one of the prominent politicians brought up how Jasper Ski Resort or Jasper Mountain Resort in the beautiful Rocky Mountains, 2/3 of the town burned down due to a forest fire just this past summer, and so Trudeau was blaming that on climate change, and several of the opposition guys got up and said, "This is a paper that we have a letter from the residents of Jasper to various government officials in 2018 and again in 2021, saying there's going to be a fire because." You're not controlling anything. There's no controlled burns. There's all these dead. The pine beetle destroyed a lot of pine trees, and they didn't. They just left them there. And so the residents for years were warning them, like if a fire happens, it's going to be catastrophic. And directly, they did nothing. And so Trudeau, of course, he doesn't want to take the blame. So he's saying, "Oh, climate change, climate change."
No, they're liars. They cause it themselves.
But I feel bad for the people.
Oh, of course you do, especially because they said that. Like, what they should have done is they should have said, "This is going to happen, and when it does, you have to pay for everything that is fit." You know what I mean? Like,
the lawsuits are coming. Lawsuits are coming because these people who live, if you can afford a place in Jasper, you can afford lawyers. Oh yeah, yeah. There's yeah. Yep.
Yeah, in New Zealand,
I think so.
they have this like I don't know if it's a policy or whatever like that the Greenies do, but like when they chop down trees, some of the trees are just left in the forest to like rot instead of having to take it out. They would just leave it in the sea, and then we had a massive like we call it cyclones, but you'd probably call them hurricanes, and we call it cyclone here in New Zealand, in Auckland, and New Zealand and Australia, sort of thing. They're called cyclones.
That's right.
And
typhoon.
Typhoon. Yeah, that's I think that's in the east, in the Asian countries. The Asian countries call them typhoons.
Yes. I saw this.
Yeah, and a massive amount of water ran all of these logs, and it just like ruined houses and and it went all into the beach, and it was just covered
I'm
in
sorry to hear that,
logs.
Suzanne. I
That's
understand why you want you. Would I understand why you want to kill on sight whenever you see a spider if you're
Yeah.
allergic?
Yeah.
so. Are these places designed for that, Carla? For weather like
I'll
that?
be right back, folks. Gotta go.
Okay,
No,
Tony.
no,
Yeah.
no. We don't usually get them going where they went. So yeah. But
I know Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Nova
No,
Scotia
yeah.
on the East Coast is getting hit in the fall once in a while by some pretty good hurricanes. And they usually don't come up that far north, but because the Atlantic is warming up,
Mm-hmm.
the hurricanes are now coming a little farther up, closer to Nova Scotia. And
Yeah.
they're learning to. I mean, we can adapt. That humans, what we do best is we adapt and we thrive.
Yeah. Oh,
We're not-
that's what years ago someone said that these tornadoes were hitting some houses in New Plymouth, and they were like, oh, climate change, and this chick was like, no, we used to sit on the hill and watch the tornadoes go through that land like many years ago. Like they just built on it.
Yeah, they did, and they just kept. But if you build cheap houses, it's easy to rebuild them. They're simple.
Yeah, they're not cheap houses, and New Zealand's expensive.
That's right, Lemon Pie. The snow is the reflector oven position, definitely.
So you're getting double hit.
It's like
eggnog. I love eggnog and rum. Yeah, Tony. Sorry.
It's like a tanning bed.
Pretty much, yeah. And yes, the ski bunnies. That's how we would tan. Yeah, the ski bunnies. They in the spring skiing, they literally wear bikinis, goggles, a toque, and gloves. You gotta have gloves because if you bail, like you don't want your hand ripped up, and a toque to keep you warm, or a helmet, and then goggles because like your eyes will just tear up once you get going fast on a snowboard or skis.
Yeah.
You gotta have goggles, and then just a bikini and ski boots or snowboard boots. Yeah, because it's like 20 some degrees, and you're getting it's a great way to tan. Yeah, and the Japanese dudes in Whistler Ski Resort would in the summertime they would take their ski goggles and they'd go to tanning beds. I mean, they're already Japanese are pretty tanned anyway, I think.
Yeah,
but they're going to tanning beds with their ski goggles, and they get like dark leather with goggle tan. Because it looks like they're pro snowboarders because they've been snowboarding every day.
So they can pick up the chicks.
That's exactly right.
They're so rich, they get in the snowboard.
They're pro snowboarders.
I just don't burn. My mum is brown, and so I got it. My dad's white skin and my mum's brown genes for not burning, and I just don't burn.
I try not to.
All right, Suzanne, get yourself some sleep, hon.
Good night.
Yep. Good night, Suzanne.
She's in lurk mode.
Brush your teeth.
Yeah, and then you pop into the hot tub. That's exactly right, Suzanne.
I hate hot tubs.
You hate hot tubs. I don't know if we can be friends anymore, Carla.
That's fine with me. I hate them. Oh, yuck.
In Whistler Ski Resort, I did
sitting in a hot tub.
As a job, I maintained like 6 hot tubs and 3 pools at 3 hotels in Whistler Creekside, and let me tell you, I don't think. Yeah. Well, I mean, we did a good job. Like we tested them 3 times a day. We were only required, I think, once a day, but we tested them 3 times a day because it's easier if you catch a problem before the chemical starts going sideways. If your chemical balance is out, if it's out of a lot, it's hard to get it back in and expensive in chemicals. But if you nail it before it gets out of hand, it's easy. But yeah, I'm not into hot tubs because I worked.
I want to make a cold tub.
Too much hydrochlorate.
I worked in them, I think is why.
Too much sodium hydrochlorate.
We used electrolysis and salt hot tubs and salt pools. Yeah, it was great fun. Tony, do you mind reading this from Phantom Outsider, please?
He says, and I quote, "Bad forestry management, same in California. The power companies want to clear under the power lines. The state said no power lines, go down massive fires. Quote, climate change, end quote, somehow."
Yeah.
And I think that's a continuation of the post. He didn't put any punctuation in there.
Oh.
See if there's one auto kill. But if they will not cooperate on being herded outside, well, then they made their choice. Yeah.
Did I tell you that in Australia, this guy, I probably told you, that's my only story. This guy lived in the bush, and he cut all the trees around his house, like around his, so he cut a certain perimeter of trees out.
Yep.
And he got fined like 180 grand or something like that.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
No, you got to make a fire break. You've got to make a fire break.
Yeah, that's right. And then when there was a forest fire, his was the only house that didn't burn down.
Good.
And they're not covered in insurance for fire.
No, that's right.
At that place. So like it's worth the bill to know your house is going to be okay.
Exactly. 100%.
The problem in Australia is that their trees are made of oil, right? Have oil. And so they
do
burst into two things. They got that bird, the kite, that takes a piece of wood, ember, dumps it in a new tree, so all the bugs come up, making a new fire. So that way they're screwed. But also, that just the pure heat, it can jump a road and blow up the trees there too.
Yep, because it's burning with a resin. A lot of the trees have resins. The grasses, the spinifex grass has resin that's flammable as well. Oh, like little it's in Western Australia, in the north.
Yeah.
Very north, up near Derby and way up there. And it's like grass, like a clump of grass coming out of the ground, but it's like knitting needles.
Yeah.
And they're sharp and they break off, and there's a resin in them that's quite flammable. And I remember I was wrestling the Scotsman in around up there because we were tenting. Callum, yeah, we got fighting. Yeah, Callum, good memory. And we wrestled right into the damn spinifex, and we spent an hour at picking out all the broken. Man, that was a terrible. I mean, and because we didn't stop fighting for a few minutes, right? You know, because there was boys fighting. That's what you do. Yeah. Tony, do you mind reading this from our friend Suzanne? Tony?
They used to do controlled clear cutting and controlled burns, properly maintained forestry. But however, our good friend Trudeau stopped by. That my cousin Amy was a forest ranger in British Columbia.
Yeah, yeah, we need more of her. I'll shout out to cousin Amy. Thank you for doing that wonderful service. And yeah, we're gonna wind up here pretty. I've been going an hour. It's going to be a short stream.
That's an hour. That's an hour I would have sat doing nothing but staring at a dark ceiling. So thank you
for joining me. I didn't have a chance because it's been busy with hunting season and wood, and I've been doing a bunch of outdoor jobs that need to get finished.
I'm not going to be YouTube active hardly at all. Like no after party or nothing because I'm out here. But none of that.
Thanks, Suzanne. Thanks for being here.
But.
Carla, do you mind
reading
this?
I'll be back Sunday, and I'll be doing a show Monday.
Wow. Okay.
This Manic Monday Stark Parties, the 12-hour midnight to midnight ones.
Oh, make me wicked.
That's like every Monday now. That's like every Monday now.
That's awesome, man.
Okay, do you want me to read
it? Yeah, please, if you wouldn't mind.
Same. Guy in California cleared underbrush, was fined $500. A day fire came, and his was the only house left standing. It's common sense. And that's what they don't want, right? You're not allowed to.
No.
You think of what world should you be fined for clearing underbrush?
That's ridiculous. Yeah. You're right.
That's just, that's just quality maintenance.
But the thing is, these greenies are the ones who actually end up making the most carbon from the forest fires from not clearing the stuff in the first place.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And fires are a natural part of the Earth's cycle, the forest cycle, very much so. The natives here in the Indians here in Canada have been using fire according to our historical records for thousands of years. I mean, we can see it in their in any of the historical archaeological sites we can find we can date the carbon out of the charcoal from the forest fires, and we can see like a layer of ash is in the soil, in the samples that you do in the ground,
Even
and
the ice.
It's it's natural fertilizer.
so this is Pemberton, the town I was talking about that had the
Wow.
music festival, and you can see how the glaciers just carved this flat, fertile swath. It's about
Yeah.
4 or 5 kilometers wide or more in places, and
And
there's
what's
another
the
mountain.
soil? What is the soil? Is it volcanic or
It
what?
yes, yeah, because there are volcanic
Yeah.
features around. I know there's
Yeah.
gold there. There definitely,
Whoa.
the River of Golden Dreams is in Whistler. It's named that because there was gold claims
Wow.
in Pemberton. And there's another mountain ridge on the other side as well that you can't see.
Yeah.
It's behind the person taking the photo is another mountain ridge. I think that's me taking the photo.
Yeah.
Either me or my brother, my younger brother Pat.
Yeah.
It's one of us. He's the other golfer in the family. I don't really golf. I play whack fuck mostly. But yeah, so that's Mount Curry.
Whack fuck.
I believe that's Mount Curry. And I'd love to have a snowmobile and be able to go snowboarding down some of those lines. But anyway,
you
yeah.
should just go gold. You should go gold mining, panning for gold after an avalanche or something like that. You might find gold.
You want to get right where I am here, and I think exactly where I am, Carla and Tony. Right where I am, there is this town used to be 5 times the size. This community, we're not a town.
Yeah.
But we used to. Apparently, there used to be like thousands of people here instead of hundreds, and all for the gold. Yeah. There's
The gold
of
rush.
right around here. That's it. So
Yukon
anyway,
gold.
thanks everyone. That was a couple of the adventures that I've done. The Great Barrier Reef was amazing. Living in Whistler on and off for 20 years, and I would leave Whistler. I would give up my house, give up my job, and go backpacking for a year or two, and then come back. And there's always work in Whistler. The trouble is finding a place. But usually my brothers or my sister or my friends would still be there, and chances are they might need a roommate. So lots of couch surfing, just lots of couch surfing.
Yeah. And you can't take your little truck anywhere?
Sorry?
You can't take your caravan or whatever you call your...
my RV.
RV.
Sure can. Yeah, absolutely. I can take, and I do take that all over the place.
Up to Whistler. You can't take it to Whistler.
I sure can. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can take it to Whistler, and it's now you've got to pay to. There's a campground there, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty pricey.
Expensive,
Yeah, because it's got the full power and everything, but it's a nice, as far as campgrounds go. I mean, Whistler's going to have a nice one. So I absolutely can. I've got a couple just to finish up on the.
So
my phone's beginning to feel like that old nuclear hot rod from a couple of years ago, back when I used to stream on phones.
Oh, yeah, I got you, Tony. Yeah. We're just going to end up with a couple of photos, and here they are right here, that I took of the Great Barrier Reef, because I was showing diving photos earlier of it. And yeah, I'd got living in Whistler and then Mexico, another like fishing, all the fishing trips off Mexico were fantastic.
Oh, gosh, the water must be amazing. When you're on a cloudless day, the water is, because we're surrounded by water here. And I love it. Today, so amazing.
I'd like to. That's the only problem with where I'm right. There's lots of lakes, but I kind of like the ocean. I kind of like.
Oh my gosh, I cannot.
I like the ocean.
I love the ocean and rock, and the ocean beating against rocks. Nothing better in this life.
How about you, Tony? You're an ocean or lake person?
Neither. Either one's fine for me.
So just as
long as it isn't raining or stormy, it's pretty fine.
That's flying into Cairns. Cairns is in Queensland, far north Queensland, and that's flying over the Great Barrier Reef. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know which one because I'm in a plane and I don't know, but I took a picture. I know that was the Great Barrier Reef flying over it. Yeah. I don't know the name of what that is, but that was definitely
Nice.
there were strings of them and chains of them.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you could probably these days with Google Maps, you might be able to track it down if you were,
I probably could. I guess, yeah.
or at least a string of them, because there's like Mururoa Atoll.
They probably look similar, though, right? I guess.
Yeah, well I know it's an atoll.
Yeah, good. And here is one more. This is the dive boat, the Coral Reef Tell boat, and that was an incredible dive boat. And that's the Great Barrier Reef, folks.
Is it flat bottomed? Is it?
Yeah, it's a double hulled, sort of like a double pontoon boat.
A catamaran.
Catamaran style. Well, yeah, I guess it is sort of a catamaran. Yeah, in a roundabout way. And so stayed out there for 4 nights and three nights and 4 days.
No way.
That's gorgeous.
It was a 2-hour boat ride to get out there. That boat just stays out there all the time, right? It goes around to 10 different sites. So over the 4 days, you do 4 dives a day. One of them a night dive usually.
Isn't that too much?
No, that's nope. You can legally do safely do 4 a day, but
that sounds dangerous.
No. This is the most high. These are the most qualified diving instructors in the world are off the Great Barrier Reef.
Is that what they told you?
No. They are. They've got the highest regulations. The Cairns Dive Centers is the place I went to, and they've got a purpose built, like they've got a swimming pool at their training center, and it's built for training divers. Like that's what the pool was built for. And they've got boats that are top notch. And so we went around to 10 different sites over the 4 days. And 4 day, we followed the PADI dive instructions.
Yes. Yeah.
And I went back and I got my rescue diver after that, which was another 3 days, 10 years later. But we, as long as you do your first dive, has to be the deepest of the day.
Really?
Yeah, it has to be the deepest. Yep. And then progressively, your next dives have to be progressively shallower. That's right. Yeah. And so at the night dive,
that's interesting.
Yeah, at night dive, you're not going down more than 15 meters, which is 12 meters. 12 meters. No, but you can.
You don't want to get cold. You don't want the hypothermia.
Not in the Great Barrier Reef. It was like 25 degrees Celsius. It was 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 82.
Steve, you went to 10 spots. Were they all different, or was it like
they were all different? No. They were all different. Okay. One was called the Fishbowl, and it was literally about 5 feet deep with coral, and it was like a sort of like how a volcano has like the hollow middle, and it was like that.
The caldera.
Yeah, and then it dropped away on the outsides of the reef, but that was the Fishbowl, and there were so many fish in there. It was like a football field wide, maybe. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, well, a small one. Yeah, not a Canadian football, American football. Small.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, the Great Barrier Reef, absolute highlight. Absolute highlight. Getting diving training.
Video?
No, that was a picture. Okay. No, it was just a picture. It was gonna do a slideshow. I trick it into thinking I'm gonna do a slideshow, and that way I get maximum screen exposure. It gets as big as I can. Yeah, well, I stumbled upon it.
Turning into a hot rod.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's finish out the chat, and I want to thank you for being here, Tony. The state's claiming
Thank you for having me,
of course, and Carla, thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Do you mind reading this, Carla?
Redwoods only grow if there are fires, as it takes heat generated by the fire to cause the redwood tree seeds to open and grow. I think I've read that in the past, actually. Yeah, that's very cool.
Okay, right. And Tony, do you mind finishing up with this comment from our friend Phantom Outsider?
He says, "Lol, in 3 hours and a half. I have to do my daily call into, quote, work, end quote, to tell them I haven't heard from HR. Have they? No? Okay, call again on Monday. on Sunday. I'll be
Wow.
administrative leave for 2 months now.
That's ridiculous.
Wow. Okay. Well,
You
fantastic.
might as well just go ahead and say congratulations, you're retired.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of feel like I've retired when I moved to Whistler because up until 26, I had a roofing business, a snowplow business. I went to university, got my degree, and at 26, I moved to Whistler, and I've just been living kind of like a working holiday ever since. Like
yeah, it's pretty. You got a sweet ride there, haven't you?
Yep.
But
Yeah.
you've been busy lately. You've been busy.
I have been busy lately. Yeah.
What you doing your course for?
I'd like to be. I'm doing an accounting course, just basics of accounting, Tony, because I want to be able to work with a laptop on a beach in a tropical. Is the real answer.
You're on your way to becoming one of them shady Swiss agency accountants. Where you're like, oh yes, Mr. Bolivias, it's a pleasure to see you again. Yes, your money is safe and not getting taxed. Duh.
That's exactly. Yeah. I want to help fellow Canadians pay as little tax to the government as possible. So this is 10 years after that previous photo. This is on again with Cairns Dive Center, and same boat. 12 years later, that was the Kangaroo Explorer. I've gone twice on the Kangaroo Explorer and then once on the Coral Reef Tell. Yeah. And wonderful place. So Great Barrier Reef, absolute highlight. If you want an adventure, it's great. You can't beat the Great Barrier Reef.
I just go to Goat Island. It's the same thing here in New Zealand, and I can see you just need a paddle. What do you call those? Like a bodyboard, and you have a snorkel and a mask.
Yep,
and fins, and so you just look down like this, and there's tons of fish around Goat Island.
It's wonderful. Yep.
That's Carla's. That would be.
I'll tell you a funny story about that. Just a short one. Just after I read this, Phantom Outsider says, "Oh yeah, I know they're definitely retiring me, but I still feel like Blade in Deadpool Wolverine, retarded, not retired." So ad not working as well. It's fun. Well, thanks for being here, Phantom Outsider. I want to say thanks to all of our chat, and Lemon Pie, Suzanne, as always, and Dave Sienna was in there. Thank you all for being here. Miskatonic Madman as well. And I know Rancor Steve was in here, Molecular Arts. So thanks, everybody. And it's funny, just to one of the times when we were diving on that with my youngest brother, Pat, he got his dive. I did my rescue diver training while he did his open water and advanced. So we've been diving together on the Great Barrier Reef, which was phenomenal. And we went back and did it again 10 years later on the same boat, the Kangaroo Explorer. And we were diving, and we were, I don't know, maybe 15 meters down, maybe like 45 feet, 50 feet down, maybe not even, may have been like 10 meters or 30 feet down. And there's all this coral, and we can see the snorkelers are all above us because while we're diving, the significant others and people that have dove too much, they go snorkeling. So they're snorkeling and seeing all the fish that we're seeing. But then we can see there's a giant fucking sea turtle underneath a ledge that they have no idea that's right there. And they're right above it. And we're seeing this giant sea turtle. And and we don't want to go too close because, we'll scare him off. But he's right there. And it's like, and then the other diver and I were like, no, you don't do that. You do that. You never do that. Why? Tony, why don't you do that?
That's the quickest way to get a bit off.
No, it means we're going up. It means I've got a surface. So scuba divers don't give each other the thumbs up because that means I'm going to the surface.
You need to have Gary Ambrosia on with you one day. He's a diver too.
I know, man. I would love to go diving with Gary Ambrosia with a video camera. I've got the camera.
Time zone. You're in the same time zone.
I think we are. I'd love to. Yeah. Gary's very selective on who's straight. I'd never get him on my channel, but I might go on his. if he'd let me on. I'd love to talk
Yeah.
diving. You know what? I might
Should.
if I did a travel show in a few weeks and I gave him a heads up and it was
Yeah.
just on diving and I had
Yeah.
videos from Great Barrier Reef, the Mexican Cozumel, the Caribbean, and then the cenote freshwater diving in the caves and cave diving
Yeah.
with short little videos like that. I might be able to pique his
Yeah.
interest enough to come on. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think you should try.
Yeah,
Hey, I
Everybody
was
likes-
honored enough back when I was doing the Tower After Hours to have Gary and Andy on at one point.
you
That'll
did.
probably be the only time I ever have them on, though.
Oh man, I was happy enough to have Doomcock on my channel once, but I'm not
Oh,
happy about what
Doomcock
it,
will never.
I'm not happy about what it
I
took
don't think he'll
to get
ever
him there.
consider coming onto my
Yeah.
show.
No,
Doomcock
it was
will
it was
never want to be on my show.
it was a celebration of live stream for Cardinal Sin when he passed, and that was the one and only time.
Well, everybody and their mother was there for that one.
Exactly. Yeah. I actually, for most of that stream, Tony, because there were so many people, I was off the panel in the background running the show.
There.
I put myself
I saw.
backstage so that I had everyone up there. And so I didn't actually get to be on much with Doomcock, but under the circumstances, that was fine.
You did
But
the right thing.
I think, Tony, that's a great idea. And Carla, that's a great idea. I would love, first of all, Gary is fantastic to talk with. He's just interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gary.
I'd love to talk
Gary's
diving
cool as hell. Gary's cool as hell.
I just love talking diving in general.
What you do is you send them pics, like, say, do you like this pic? Do you like this pic? Like
that's right. That's exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That way you could just pass the note under the desk that says, "Do you like being on my show? Check yes or no."
That's funny, Tony. Good. Yeah, like in high school for sure.
Exactly.
Well, I you know what? I've got a. All right, let's end. I'm going to close the show out with this chat. Thank you, Tony. I'll say goodnight to Tony and Carla, and I've got an 8-second video of a night dive on the Great Barrier Reef. We're floating on the surface by the boat, just waiting for everyone to finish getting in the water, and then we all go down together. And as long as you've got your buddy, we try and stay in the same basic area. But as long as you're within a meter of your buddy, 3 feet of your buddy, that's all that counts. But so we all go down together. So we're all sort of waiting on the surface. And I think is this where a sea turtle comes and swims between us? It might be.
Okay.
If I can figure out how to share it.
Bye,
So I'll close out the video this way. Thanks, folks, for being here. Thank you, Tony, and thank you, Carla. And,
no problem. Y'all have a good night.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to go entire screen.
Do you want me to leave?
No. I want to. We can chat just after.
Okay.
Just after, and let me see if I can do it this way. Okay. I think we can.
It's like in a movie.
It is a movie. Yeah, there you go. That's what it is to be about to go on the dive.
Oh, scary.
Yeah, it was great fun. And
Alien Spider-Man stars in The Abyss too.
Yeah, I know.